Gentlemen, I wasn't going to do this with you guys this morning, but the downloads are coming. They're coming, and I have no other choice but to deliver them to you guys. You were picked on as a child. Perhaps it was in elementary school, maybe middle school, or even high school. Just little things that people would say, he say, she say, whispering in this person's ear. Or maybe you were just picked on straight to your face about something. And you always was like, why? And a lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, we always go back to, well, we were young and we were younger, and that's just the way things are, was, and just, but they're adults now and they're mature. That's not necessarily always the case, ladies and gentlemen, okay? You guys don't even realize that you were targeted by narcissists even when you were younger. When you were in schools, those kids, some of them that picked on you were full blown narcissists. And guess what? They knew you were an empath before you even knew it. And they just spewed out all of this toxicity, brought it into your life. And these are things that you still can recall in your head that went on, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And this ain't always the case, but a lot of times it is. You were targeted by these narcissists. Like I told y'all, ladies and gentlemen, it was very bizarre. I'll never forget. I'll tell you, it was 2 times. There was a friend that just all of a sudden popped up at one of my mom's businesses. And I knew him, but I didn't know him like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget, I'm like, okay, so what do they want to do? And I'll never forget, we would just sit in the car. I had like a car, high school. Just sit in the car. They were drawn to my energy when I was younger, ladies and gentlemen. It don't make no sense. And wouldn't talk about anything in particular, but just sit there. And I'm like, don't you have anything better else to do? Well, I'm thinking that now, but back then it was just, okay, why are we sitting here? Okay. You had a good day today? Okay. Because, ladies and gentlemen, these narcissists automatically knew what they're attracted to, okay? It's like baby crocodiles. It's like a baby crocodile trying to eat a damn rabbit. It know the rabbit is too big for it, but it's going to make an attempt. You get what I'm saying? Let me break it down even deeper. Let's go a little deep. Let's go a little bit deeper. I'll never forget, I was in high school. I was sitting at this table. There was 4 desks put together. There was 2 guys that was sitting at my table. They're athletes, okay? They're retired now, but they were athletes, right? Very cool guys. This don't have nothing to do with them. They were just in that class at that moment. There was also another individual that was sitting at the table. I would never forget, this person would just stare at me. Just stare. And it was so weird because I turned around and looked, and I'll never forget, this person was just staring. And I'm like, what the hell? And I would never forget, we had one time got into a deep conversation, and I told him, I say, yeah, well, yeah, I hang out, I like to hang out. I say, yeah, this is where I be at after school, helping my mom with this and that, and da 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 da. Ladies and gentlemen, it was so weird. All of a sudden, there was a knock at the door at her business. So I go to answer the door, and they're standing right there. I wish I had sound effects. I need some sound effects, right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to start using sound effects. I just thought about that because that makes it so much more cooler. It was like, dun dun. They're just standing there. Hey, but they had to say something. Then it was like, hey, what's up? I was like, nothing, just chilling. Oh, do you want to hang out? I was like, what are we going to do? We can do whatever you want to do. I was like, oh, no thanks. Just busy. I got just, a few chores and things I got to do and da 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 da. Okay, all right. Weird, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Very weird. There was family members that did the picking, the talking, the this, the that when you guys were younger. Would come around and say this, would come around and say that. They knew that you were going to be the empath that you are. They seen the good in you and the evil hated it. See, the thing about it is once you get up in age, you start to think back, you're like, damn, narcissist was existing when I was younger. Didn't even realize it, did you? They've been here a long time, ladies and gentlemen. They've been here when the Titanic was sailing. They were here back when Hitler had them damn concentration camps. Even before then, ladies and gentlemen, they were here. They were here when mankind was here. Because see, when Eve ate that fruit off the tree, well, see, evil was already here anyway. Because before she ate the fruit, the serpent was in the garden and he was tempting her. See, he knew what he was going to do to man. But if we in our minds never knew what evil was and we just knew only to follow God's way, we wouldn't be having to deal with it. But see, the devil was so cunning, he was going to do this anyway. See, but the thing about it is if our minds would have been straight, that's why I say he attacked you in the mind, ladies and gentlemen. See, it's starting to make sense now. That's why Cain killed Abel. Once evil is in your mind, you have a choice to do right or wrong. Just like Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. First murder, ladies and gentlemen. You see how that goes? First murder. And it's like, it's crazy because it's like, I'm getting a little off track because I done went so deep into the Cain killed Abel thing. Oh my God, subscribers. Oh, like the Cain killed Abel. And it's like that like opened up a gateway for, but see, I'm gonna tell you something. It was narcissism in his heart too. Because he was so jealous and so envious of his own brother that he killed him. This is what narcissism do. Do y'all realize if a narcissist could have their way, they would chop your head right off your body? If they could have their way and they did not have to conform to society, they would blow people's brains off, out. They would slaughter people, do things, the most heinous things, the worst, the things that nightmares are made of. But they know that there's consequences to pay. And the narcissist's ultimate fear is to not be able to get more narcissistic supply. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you that are with narcissists, you with killers and stealers and all that shit. I just thought you guys would want to know that.